West Yorkshire to southwest France over the Easter weekend. And we're underway here in Toulouse. And this is going to be a fast, furious and ferocious 80 minutes, Brian.
Yeah, we're hoping so. Big blokes will get stuck into each other. Certainly early on. Early shift there from this Toulouse team. They're shaped up, they're spread out across the field, and they'll probably play that way. There's the boy Mika. Been very impressive from the start of this year.
Yeah, got Mika, Super League aficionados will know. There were 50 games for Hull Kingston Rovers. We've got the crowd, we've got the atmosphere, we've got the weather, we've got the band. And I'm sure we're going to have the game as well. On the last then, an opening solid set for Toulouse Olympique, and the high hanging kick there from Ford goes over QLT, and that will bounce once, twice and three times and out, so it'll be a tap back on the 20 with 7 tackles in the bag, of course, because the ball went dead behind the post, so they get an extra tackle here, the Wolfpack. The tap will be made by Andy Ackers. And the band, I'm told, keep going throughout, so a bit of music to add, Brian.
My feet are tapping along with it. I want my feet to tap at the quality of the rugby today. Toronto's first goal with the ball on the back of a Jonathan Ford kick. For our viewers at home, Jonathan Ford will be the go-to player for this Toulouse team. The big, tall Australian loves to control things, loves to kick things. But he's got a definite quality ensemble around him.
Yeah, Jonathan Ford, born in Toronto, New South Wales, that is, in Australia. Yeah. Have been doing my research, Brian.
Well done.
Here comes Whiting for the Wolfpack on the far side, and the band stopped. All very disappointing.
And they might stop every time Toronto have the ball.
Kick downfield by Briley. That may well have come off a Toulouse
Certainly
hand.
did.
Yeah, which is
Came
why
off the left winger.
Which is why Marcon had to run back there. But yeah, they've lost only one match, Toulouse, so far this season. That was away at Featherstone, but they are very, very good here at the Stade Ernest Argelès. 4 out of 4, and 188 points they've scored. They like to play the game with ball in hand. They like to play it wide and have a go. Toronto's defence was tested on Good Friday. Well, the referee was saying already called hell there.
Yeah, just an expression of how they want to go there. I think it's Bentley with the offload, was it?
To Marianne. Here is Con Mika. Two very physical sides as well, but both very skillful. The board will go back to Ford again, who launches a high, testing, hanging kick, and well, in the end, it was just about dealt with, wasn't it?
Moved late on Pownall, didn't it?
Yeah.
He had it every day of the week, and then the ball moved late, so he got his foot to it and controlled it that way.
He kept his cool though, didn't he?
Did keep his cool, because there's plenty of blue shirts in the frame.
Brian was saying 10 of the Wolfpack squad not available for today. How much of a blow the absence of Gareth O'Brien will be, we'll have to wait and see.
There's the kick. There's what happens to Pownall. Moving and moving. Trapped it in the end.
On halfway, early stages of this game, Hopkins for the Wolfpack. On the last, they go to the right-hand side, and Bradley it is, thinking a little kick over the top, and the fullback Corella will just let that go, so it'll be a scrum down 10 yards from the Toulouse line, with the home side to have the head and feet. Very experienced, the fullback Mark Corella, 28-year-old Australian. He is a French international. He has
well, he certainly adds to their back line. He hovers around Jonathan Ford on his inside shoulder and outside shoulder, looking for an opportunity. They're pretty much off the cuff sometimes, this Toulouse team, but exciting in many respects and enthusiastic, so that's the minimum you have to do. You have to meet their enthusiasm.
Toulouse 14 points, Toronto 13 points. Brian and I were saying, I mean, it's a really, really encouraging story for the sport of rugby league, with the fact that the first penalty goes against Ackers there for holding on in the tackle on his opposite number, Marriott. But for Toulouse and Toronto to be the top two in the championship, it's a heartwarming story, augurs well for the future.
Adjudicated. Andy Ackers was too long in the ruck there, and a penalty. Discipline for the teams will be on the top of the coach's priority.
Oh yeah, that dummy half. Here is Bentley. And they go to Ford on the left-hand side. That's a little kick through early in the tackle count. Pressure on QLT. Well, Brian said that everything that Toulouse do will, in the main, come through Jonathan Ford. Not sure that was the right option on that occasion, but QLT was across and read it well.
Well, you have to be very alert in the backfield. Play 2, play 3 kicks. Any surprise plays Toulouse come up with, they're allowed to play, they're allowed to do their own thing, and that presents its own challenge to the defensive team.
Liam Kay with his first run, the Wolfpack top try scorer. QLT getting involved as well. On the last, the Wolfpack elected to run it on that far side. Quick hands, and it goes out to Pownell. Pownell will cut inside, has got nowhere to go, and it comes to Whiting in the end, who gets the kick away. And it was a high hanging tumbler, wasn't it?
Spiraler, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was well taken by Morel. So a solid start from both.
Well, enterprising play from both as well. Running on the last play.
Yeah, Robert trying to set Corella through. Quick play the ball. And a bit more encouraging here for the home side. Conmika to Marcon. Brought down 10 metres inside the Wolfpack half of the field.
Be mentally on your game if you're a Toronto player here.
Well, I think that was a knock
Drop
on.
It was
Not the best
Dropped
to play
it,
the
Colton.
balls from Kame.
Was Kane, yeah. Let's have a look in the ruck there, yeah. Jumping up. Is there an arm in there? No, he drops it cold.
Yeah, Toulouse playing here at the Stade Ernest Argelès. Their old ground has been renovated. Stade Arnoët, a €10 million facelift, would you believe? They will move back in to their old stadium in October next year, but they're very passionate about their rugby league in these parts, aren't they?
Yeah, rugby in general, I have to say. There are some Toulouse not now further down the road, the other code, but they certainly get behind their rugby teams, and evident here today.
Yeah, big sporting town. Of course, Toulouse in the top division in the French Football League as well. There is Pownell for the Wolfpack. Ackers finds Emmett on the charge. We say it's the biggest test for Toronto. It's also the biggest test for Toulouse this season, without a doubt. And the penalty is awarded. Interference at the play the ball. Buchanan not allowed to get up and play the ball. Let's have a look. Sam Rapira.
Pushed him down, hasn't he? That's what the referee's adjudicated there. So penalty apiece now for indiscretions at the ruck.
No thought of 2 points either. Would have been well within the kicking range of Ryan Briley, but instead they go for tuck. The first real opportunity here for the Wolfpack, with ball in hand close to the Toulouse line. Emmett with the drive. They come to the left with Buchanan, straightens up, looks for a way through. This would be the perfect start if the Wolfpack can get over the whitewash here. Wallace goes on his own. That was ferocious defence there from Convika. Blake Wallace with a little show and go, and he was nearly through as well. Briley with the kick through, but well read there by Jonathan Ford. It was Ryan Briley trying to find Worthington and Powell coming in from the right, but Jonathan Ford, very experienced. Got away.
Bit of biff there,
Yeah.
Bit of biff and bash, great shot from Hopkins, and he's dropped the ball. He dropped the ball.
Corella trying to get up and play the ball. And here is Ford. Should be a cracking game as well between these two at Magic Weekend in Newcastle.
Let's not wish this one away first. It's going to be a good game. Both teams getting stuck early doors.
Dummy half. That's the best of tackle passes. It's picked up there by Bussey. Well, that was an error there from Anthony Marriott, the hooker of Toulouse. Great opportunity here for Toronto. Kay brought down. Ackers at dummy half. Here is Emmett, who's been involved a lot in the opening 10 or 11 minutes here, and another penalty. This time it's Bastien Canet who's penalised.
Second indiscretion. He's got his hands on the ball there. Mr. Smith won't accept that. Jake Emmett in a bit of pain there. I think he's strained his shoulder a little bit.
The referee, Jack Smith, former full-time referee in Super League, but went back to being part-time, but very experienced man for the job today. Who will be the men for the job for the Wolfpack? We shall see. Wallace finds Buchanan. 9 metres from the Toulouse line. Ackers goes on his own from dummy half. It's well read there by Rapira. He stopped very close. Bussey this time at dummy half. The quick pass there from Briley. QLT trying to find a way through.
Back to one, I think was knocked down by Ford.
It was knocked down by Ford, pounced on by Worthington. So real pressure here for the Wolfpack. Emmett tackled. The referee saying he was tackled unfairly. We'll have another look at this, I'm sure.
Suggesting there.
Yeah,
and again, he's in the water. Him and Canny have got something going there, have they? Well, here's the carry from. Not sure what that's for.
Well, hungry for work, Jake Emmett has been involved heavily in the opening stages here. Wallace looks for Bussey. Bussey all wrapped up. Good period of pressure here for the Wolfpack. Buchanan just 2 metres away from the try line. They go to the right. Couple of tackles left in this set. Hopkins it is who's brought down. Ackers and now Briley. Briley has Worthington in support, but at the moment the Toulouse defence holding firm. Last tackle.
Well here, Toulouse. Great goal line defence here.
Briley with the kick through, and that was really well read by Corella. So they've had 2 or 3 good opportunities in the opening stages. The Toronto Wolfpack. Toulouse defence.
Well, they did really well, didn't they, Toulouse? Held their own line, backed themselves, had to do 2 or 3 sets on their own line.
Well, the players of Toulouse met pre-season. Their goal was to finish first or second in the championship. It was a meeting they had without any of the coaching staff. And so far, so good for the home side. The kick downfield turns. QLT will take it behind his own try line. So probably the best set we've seen from the home side in this match so far. But they've set their goals. No doubt the Wolfpack players set their goals as well, Brian.
Absolutely. For both teams to find the best way possible out of their own half. Toulouse pretty direct there, and then find a kick from Robin, the half, which found lots of meters. Big field, this full-size field.
Well, Stanislas Robin, the number 7 for Toulouse, playing because of an injury to William Barteau, the former Catalan player. Picked up an injury at London on Friday. Of course, no Gareth O'Brien or Chase Stanley for the Wolfpack today. Ackers with the kick downfield. It's a really good kick. Great kick there by Andy Ackers, picked up by Morel, again behind his own line. Very much an arm wrestle in these early stages. I think a lot of respect.
You wouldn't expect anything less with top 2 teams in the division. An enthusiastic, confident home side in Toulouse, and a team growing all the time in relation to their performances.
Well, here's the winger, Marcon. Does well again. Just signs here that as Planas is brought down, that Toulouse are growing into this game. Here is Ford now. Mika involved, and here's Bentley in the middle. Andrew Bentley, vastly experienced, 6 years here at Toulouse. Played at Catalan also. Robin puts up the high kick. A real tester for QLT. Watches it really well. Good take from the fullback. And I remember you and I talking 10 days ago when the Wolfpack just won at Rochdale about the signing of Gareth O'Brien, and tough decisions having to be made, but it's not a bad replacement to have in QLT as another penalty is given. That's 4-1, the penalty count in favour of the Wolfpack so far.
Well, he's taking his legs beyond the horizontal here.
Kane.
And it's Kane again. Let's lift his legs. Not allowed to do that. If Kay doesn't put his hands down there, he might suffer a head knock. So that's the reason. It's his second go at that. So that's why Mr. Smith is speaking to him on that regard, rather remarks.
Yeah, QLT, great replacement. It's going to be a tough call all year, isn't it? I mean, Gareth O'Brien, big money signing for the Wolfpack, has already made a big impact, but the fact that you have a player as talented as QLT to be able to come in at any stage and probably in any position in the backs as well. Ashton Sims is on for the Wolfpack, but here they come, ball in hand, great break down the middle. Now it's Kay with a little sidestep inside. QLT was involved. Rawsthorne now, and here is Ashton Sims. Ackers, real opportunity now for the Wolfpack. Briley, long pass out for Powell, will score!
Pass, what a try!
Brilliant pass from Ryan Briley, and it was a stroll in for Johnny Powell on the far side. You have to say, it had been coming. A touch of class from Ryan Briley, and Powell is in for the try, and the Wolfpack hit the front.
Well, fantastic from the start of the set play. Exposed the short line of Toulouse, but this is world class from Ryan Briley. Over the top, the Toulouse defence coming in, up and in to try and stop the short ball, and then Ryan Briley benefits from the vision that he has, and Johnny Pownall just has to pop the ball down. Opening score to the Wolfpack.
5th try of the season.
Here's the play, wow.
Lovely pass, looping pass. As you say, the Toulouse defence were coming in. That was well read by Briley. And Johnny Pownall won't score too many easier tries than that this season. But in many ways, you know, the Wolfpack coach Paul Rowley will be absolutely thrilled with the way they started, because the way that the Wolfpack are playing, they're going a long way as well to silencing this partisan and hostile home crowd here in Toulouse, who have a superb record on their home ground. So Briley, the architect for the try, will try and add to his 36 goals already this season. Very, very competent kicker. Well, he liked it the moment that it left his boot, Ryan Briley, and that's why. So the Wolfpack, as we approach the midway point of the first half, strike first, and they lead by 6 points to 0. Well, this was the key break.
Play. QLT's gone, exposes a short line of this Toulouse team. Kay grabs the ball out the air, so immediately they're made 40 metres down the line. The blue jumpers have to scramble back, which gives the Wolfpack the benefit of attacking the line again, and Ryan Briley with that exceptional vision.
Carolay with the kick-off, and here is Ashton Sims. Only knows one way, forward, forward, forward. Field position's been very, very important as well in this game, and that's why you feel that Toronto really have a firm grip on it, because we're yet to see this potent Toulouse attacking force with ball in hand in the Toronto 20.
They'll have their say in this game. I think an element of ill discipline at the moment is costing them. You know, the 4 penalties, but they absolutely were penalties. So it gives you field position, and on the second game at Easter, you need everything you can scrap for.
For 2 games in 4 days coming to play later on, you feel?
Well, they will next Sunday, definitely. Everybody asks me what the difference is and how you go about that. It's the third one that generally gets you. You can get the psychology right for the first 2, and then there's an element of, wow, we got through the first 2, and then somebody gives you a mountain to climb, literally, next week at Batley.
Yeah, Batley against the Wolfpack. Paul Rowley, the coach, will be very, very happy with what it's seen so far. Batley in Toronto next Sunday on Premier Sports, and all around the world as the Wolfpack continue their bid to reach Super League within 3 years. What an achievement that would be. First aim, finish in the top 4 in the championship, and then we rip up the script and start again against the bottom 4 in Super League, and anything is possible.
Good crowd here, Stuart, isn't it?
That's for the future. For the present, the sun coming out in Toulouse, expected to reach about 60 degrees here in southwest France today. A little chillier earlier, but perfect conditions for playing. Marianne. Kelly will be very much involved for Toulouse. So far, so good for the Wolfpack. They have been very, very good. And, well, famous last words, I'm going to say very good and very disciplined, but they give away another penalty, and this will be the first chance that we'll see Toulouse with ball in hand inside the Wolfpack 20.
Well, we'll see some of the flamboyance now adjudicating that Buchanan and Wallace spent too much time in the tackle there.
Robin, ball back for Sam Rapira. Marianne at dummy half. Robin again. Well, Konbika was in there, that was a knock-on. Well, that was a knock-on. And now the break down the middle for Rawsthorpe. Rawsthorpe, he's got the pace. He might go all the way. But Liam Kay will. Liam Kay will score. Breakaway try for the Wolfpack. The mistake came from Toulouse. Rawsthorpe with the legs and the pace. The pass to Kay. And Kay with his 10th try of the season. What a time to double up and score again. 2 tries in 4 minutes for the Wolfpack. Well, and take control.
Let's see what happened. There was some ball on the floor here. It became a shamuzzle, if there is such a word. Here's Robin, goes at the line. There's the drop pass. There's the drop pass from the Toulouse player as well. And he's off Rawsthorpe. Boy, is Marcon trying to track him down. Does, but Liam Kay's there and he wasn't going to be stopped.
Both wingers.
Oh, here's the play
on the mark.
Did that touch a Wolfpack player?
The first mistake from Konbika, the referee waved play on.
Yeah.
But then there was no stopping Liam Kay. Pace to burn. It's 10-0 to the Wolfpack, and well, Toulouse Olympique, who have been near perfect here at the Stade Ernest Argelès this season. I've got it all to do, but this has been pretty much perfect for Toronto in the first 23-24 minutes.
Well, the element of control and discipline is good to see. And that was just a pick-up, wasn't it? It was up to be Rawson and he's gone. And Kay's on his outside, and then it's a foot race. And
opportunistic. Read it well though, Rawson. A lot of players stop waiting for the whistle.
I always say you have to be in the line, you have to be there or thereabouts to pick up the benefits, and if you're not, there aren't any red shirts in the frame, you don't get the benefits of drop ball. But if you're keen and you're 50-50 and you want to win every 50-50 battle, you're a chance.
So Ryan Briley looking to make it 12-0 to Toronto here in Toulouse. Just caught the edge of the boot. I'll tell you what, if you'd have asked Coach Paul Rowley if he settled for being 10-0 up after 25 minutes every time. Here it is. First of all, Robin.
Is there a red arm on this?
Might well have been.
Might there?
Might well have been from Bussey.
The referee adjudicated not, the linesman adjudicated not, so it's play on, and you have to play to the whistle at this level. There'll be calls right throughout the season that go against you, and there's some that go for you.
It was like a feather of a touch from Bussey, wasn't it?
Maybe. Sidlow off the bench now. Sims has made an impact. Sidlow there. Both teams with great benches.
Well, Ashton Sims.
What's his fault?
Well, I think that's been given a forward pass, has it, from Ackers to Sims? See what the referee Jack Smith decides. I think that's exactly what is decided. It will be a scrum down, head and feed to
Touch, he must have given that one.
Let's have a look.
Touch, he's clearly called it straight away.
Touch decision. So here we go, the first time.
There's a test now.
Yeah, the first time that Toulouse have had the ball this close to the Wolfpack line in the match so far. 10-0, the Wolfpack in front. And a real test though for the Toronto defence. Marianne, they come the short side. Cobb Meeker, well, that did definitely come off Liam Kay. It was Carella who was trying to get the ball out to his winger Marcon.
Nice little short side play from Toulouse. Kay has to put his arm out there to bat it down. It just kind of stripped them for numbers.
Carella very dangerous coming into the line.
Yeah, he's one of their top players. He's experienced at the highest level, and yeah, definite challenge on here. Good game. Here he is. He knows what he wants to do. Look, I'm going to run at you.
A 10-0 lead for Toronto here in Toulouse. Of course, a win. And the Wolfpack go to the top of the table, but on the burst there, that's a brilliant handoff. That's a terrific handoff there to Reece Curran, who will go over. Well, Brian Noble called it. You've got to watch out with ball in hand. That was a set play from the training ground, straight from the scrum. And it's Reece Curran who gets Toulouse on the board. 10-4, kick to come. And that's the danger of Toulouse Olympique.
Well, they'll throw the ball around with a lot of width, and they'll go at you one-on-one. The play here is the money ball is from Curran, out of the tackle for Curran.
Our first real attack, first real chance to threaten the Wolfpack. It's a try.
Let's have a look. So it's Ford going at the line. It's Rapira, is it? And he gets Curran away.
Rapira. Great handoff, wasn't it?
Yeah, gets his hand free, his right hand, and you've got to cover that with Sam Rapira. He's been a New Zealand international over the years, knows how to play, he's got a little bit of freedom here. And that's tough to stop if he's getting his arm free.
Carolay makes it a 4-point ball game, and we thought it would be close. So far we haven't been disappointed. Toulouse 6, Toronto 10.
Well, put this down to Sam Rapira's expertise. Gets on the outside and in between the two Toronto defenders, can't stop the play. Curran too easy for him.
Really enjoyable first half. Toulouse, of course, who played in the championship for 3 years, from 2009 to 2011, but they had a part-time squad then, and they used that experience. They went back to the French league, went back-to-back French championships, and then came back into the British competition. But they dropped the ball there,
Yep, first offence. Toronto trying to...
hand down, yeah.
Was it?
Well, that's what he's saying. A hand in the tackle, Jack Smith. Richard Whiting. Not sure.
This adjudicator knocked it down. Surely was it a first offence? We get to see this one? Let's have a look. So they just dropped that. And they knocked that one on. So that should be a red head and feet, but it's not. It's a blue one. We've got to forgive the officials.
Well, as you said 5 minutes ago, sometimes they go for you, sometimes they don't. They genuinely even up. Perhaps a bit of luck in the Wolfpack second try, but they certainly should have had head and feet at the scrum there. But Toulouse have the ball. A 4-point ball game in what's been a really, really good game. Top level Championship Rugby League. Here is Ford. The set play. Crunching tackle there. Whiting on Corella. Ford with a little dink over the top. Pressure on QLT. Takes it well.
Yeah, he's alert to that. Cute kick from Ford. Short kicks, long kicks. Expect the full bag of tricks from him. QLT up to it. Good game this, Stu.
As good as we hoped for. Sims with the offload. Ackers and Ackers thrown to the ground. Jack Bussey steaming forward. Good run from Ackers. Jake Emmett back on the field for the Wolfpack. Good stuff from Sidlow.
Carry. Getting into it, these two sets of forwards now. The temperature being raised a bit here.
Briley just taking the sting out of things there. Just slowing things down. Everybody take a breather. Scrum down on the Toulouse 20. Back-to-back French championships. Then run League One. Similar ambitions. Toulouse and Toronto. I wonder what odds Toulouse against Toronto in £1 million game later in the year. I wonder.
Anything is possible, Stuart.
Indeed. Canet for Toulouse into the last 10 minutes of the first half. Wow.
Threw it forward and knocked it forward. Take your pick.
Eddie Pettiborn.
I'm not sure that was Eddie's fault, but I think the ball from Marion.
It wasn't best, was it?
Yeah. Catch that one, it's forward.
Yeah. Tentative
and
pass.
Pettiborn knocks it on as well.
Yeah, tentative take. So Eddie Pettiborn, first piece of the action is a knock on. The Wolfpack in really good field position again. Toronto with that one defeat at London, the draw at Barrow. Wallace. Don't forget the captain, Josh McCrone, is on the bench if he's needed.
Well, two good benches today.
Yeah. Ackers. Emmett straightens up. 4 points in it. Sidlow for Toronto. Doesn't get very far on that play. Ackers, they will move the ball right-hand side. Briley tries to bring Richard Whiting into play. Whiting with those two crucial tries in the win at Featherstone on Good Friday. Ball is back now with Ryan Briley. Teasing, testing kick. Rawsthorne, though, all wrapped up. Not a lot he can do, but he does get the ball out. The referee just having a look at the touch judge. It's still the last tackle. Briley with the kick forward. That's a really good kick. Pressure on the winger here. I'm not sure he's got anywhere to go. Tony Morrell.
Well played, Ryan Briley.
Yeah.
Manufactured a kick.
And well played, Nick Rawsthorne.
Yeah, he cleared the ball. He got it to Blake Wallace, who got it to Ryan Briley. Play on. They're big in goals.
Well, I thought Rawsthorne had been all wrapped up. There were three players round him. So I managed to get the ball free. But Briley with a smart kick, and there really was nowhere for Morrell to go. Back-to-back sets for the Wolfpack again, leading here by 10 points to 6 at the stade Ernest Argelès in Toulouse. Whiting with the pickup. In the closing stages of this first half, so really important period. Sidlow.
Both sides
to the ground.
Both sides bending their backs, aren't they? Having to.
Emmett. That's a good offload for Ackers, and now QLT nowhere to go. Switches back, runs across the line, has to take the tackle. Perfect time this would be to score for Toronto. Ashton Sims. Gets up slowly. Ackers feints one way, goes the other. Little kick through there. That's a good kick as well. And Robin under pressure from Rawsthorne. So it's going to be 3 sets on the spin for the Wolfpack. And how long can Toulouse survive?
Well, it's a smart play from Ackers. Toulouse, you have to say, defend their line really, really well. Not many opportunities, so build the pressure. Load the gun in many respects before you can fire it. You've got to take some juice out, taking their time here, Toulouse.
Corella with a long kick this time. It's a good kick as well, and Pownell just about takes it inside his own half of the field, and Sidlow sets off again. The Wolfpack look for what would be a huge score at a crucial time. Sims there swatting Pettibourne off the ball as he went through. Big Eddie Pettibourne.
There's some big boys in that middle, Sue, getting stuck into each other.
Ackers. Emmett, good offload again. Wallace looks for a way through. Good tackle, had to be as well, from Sebastian Planas, the Toulouse skipper. Emmett's been really exceptional for me in this first half. On the last, can Toulouse survive? Briley with a testing, teasing kick, and well, they're trying to run it there. Corella trying to get out. Ambition behind their own line.
Well, why not, would be my take.
It's going to be a 3rd consecutive dropout and a 4th consecutive set for the Wolfpack.
Well, it's all about energy as well. Another great kick from Briley. Whiting on the fly. You have to say, all the outside backs, Morel is trying to get Corella out of there to get him ease some of this pressure. As you say, 3rd on the bounce, 4th on the bounce is it now for this Toulouse team.
4 consecutive sets. Well, we've said that this little period of play is absolutely crucial. So far, Toulouse have held out for how long? The pressure from the Wolfpack is relentless as Whiting goes on his own on that far side. Already inside the Toulouse 20. Briley and Ashton Sims and Jake Emmett again. Very impressed with Emmett this afternoon.
Yeah.
A lot of hard yards. Sims, Wallace. Now maybe a bit of space for QLT, and Rawsthorne with the side step. Brilliant from Rawsthorne.
Great try.
What a try from Nick Rawsthorne.
Nick Rawsthorne.
Back in the side. He suffered an ear injury at London a couple of weeks ago, a burst eardrum, but the pressure has been relentless, and the pressure has told, and it's a 3rd try for the Wolfpack, and a lovely shimmy, sidestep, dummy, and Nick Rawsthorne gets a crucial try just before half-time.
Great left foot, both times, left foot, blonks the ball down on the back of that pressure. Wallace goes at the line, QLT goes at the line, and he's got a one-on-one opportunity, and then 1-on-3, and takes it. How thrilled is he? What a score, Nick Rawsthorne.
What a time to score it as well. Former Hull FC player Rawsthorne with Super League experience, but on the stroke of half-time, that could be absolutely vital. We shall see. The pressure was building, the pressure was telling, and the pressure's paid. 4 consecutive sets, 3 consecutive dropouts from Toulouse. And the try for Nick Rawsthorne, which could make such a difference, but it just, the Wolfpack had totally controlled this first half. Game management from Toronto has been superb.
I agree.
So Briley, can he make it a 10-point game on the stroke of half-time? Can he turn 14 into 16 for the Wolfpack? Well, it's hit the post. Oh, and then it hits the post at the bottom, hits the post and stays out rather than goes in. So, well, that was unfortunate for Ryan Briley. We were right behind the kick.
Well, here's the one-on-one for Rawson. Wallace goes at the line, attracts two defenders. Mika particularly leaves them short, get the one-on-one. And then it's just about power and putting the ball down. Left foot step, left foot step.
There it is. We were right behind that. When it left the boot, it looked to be curling in. So 14 points to 6. Toronto with the lead. They'll feel that with the amount of pressure and possession that it should be more. Here's Pownell. Across the line. Tackle made by Boyer. One of the replacements for Toulouse. Sims. Look forward there, but the referee says play on. And it's picked up there by Robin, and now Marcon for Toulouse. Well, it was nearly a carbon copy of the second try for the Wolfpack, the mistake which led to the try, and an unexpected chance here as Carella is brought down. Well, the first half totally dominated by Toronto Wolfpack, but all of a sudden, a hope, a glimmer for Toulouse. Here is Ford. Curran steps in off the left foot, brought down. Well, it really is an unexpected chance for the home side.
The opportunity, they've got to make the most of it now.
Boyer straightens up. Just reminding you, the clock you see on the screen is not the actual game clock. It's just a guide. Robert, long pass there, and Marcon will go in. Well, it's forward. It's forward. Jack Smith, the referee, has said that's a forward pass, and Paul Marcon will not be given the try. Well, that's a big call from the referee on the stroke of half-time. Toulouse were convinced they were in. Let's have a look.
Well, here's Robin. He's got to go over the top because the Wolfpack defence. Another touch is straight on there and says it's a forward pass. He was pretty close to touch, Judge. You've got to trust his judgment there.
Big call from the officials on the stroke of half-time. Toulouse would have been right back in this game. Sigh of relief from the Wolfpack and their coach Paul Rowley for sure.
Well, the one thing with this Toulouse team, you cannot switch off. You cannot switch off for 1 second because they are that good with the ball, but so the Toronto team.
That's another penalty. Well, they know that time is ticking away. So just to remind you, the clock on screen doesn't stop when the referee stops the clock in the stadium, hence which is why we're over 40 minutes. It is only a guide for you. I reckon there's about 45 seconds to go. That's what the stadium clock is saying. So a chance here for another score for the Wolfpack on the stroke of half-time. Sims brought down. Ackers on his own! Oh, what a try!
Well done, Andy Ackers.
He has scored a fourth try for the Wolfpack with just 30 seconds to go. Well, in the space of a minute, Toulouse have a try chalked off for a forward pass, and the Wolfpack has scored 2 tries in the last 5 minutes of the half. Andy Ackers with the score, and Toronto total control.
Johnny, go. That's a great dummy half run. They peeled off him, they were threatened by numbers on the short side, and he just put the afterburners on, did Ackers. That's the time to run as a young hooker, and doesn't he enjoy that one?
So saith a former hooker.
It's never that quick.
I concur.
Yeah, I could stop the quick ones though, Stu.
Well, yeah, but in such moments, a game's won and lost. Marginal call on the forward pass to rule out the try that Paul Marcon thought he'd scored for Toulouse, and that would have got the game back to 4 points. But now, Ryan Briley with the kick that would give the Wolfpack a 20 points to 6 lead at half-time. No mistake whatsoever. So what a half for the Wolfpack. They lead here by 20 points to 6. Perfect first half in many ways for Toronto. 4 tries, those 2 tries in the last 5 minutes of the half from Rawthorne and Andy Ackers have turned this match the way of the Wolfpack. It has been possibly the best half of rugby we've seen from the Wolfpack so far this year. Matt is now talking to the Wolfpack's Liam Kay.
Liam, a fantastic first half. How pleased are the boys with that performance?
Yeah, we're pleased. You know, we know they're a good team. We've got a lot of respect for Toulouse, and coming here is a tough task. So we'll be very pleased with that. High completions and, in front on the scoreboard.
We talk a lot about energy over the Easter period. Do you feel like you've got a bit more energy in the tank than them at the minute? It certainly looks like that.
I think because we've had more possession, so we're kind of draining them of their energy. Like I said before, we know it's going to be a tough task, so we're prepared. Fantastic, and come the second half, hopefully we'll get the win.
Thanks, Liam. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Matt Shaw there with Liam Kay. What a half, possibly the best half of rugby the Wolfpack have played this year. We'll be back with reflection in a moment. Toronto lead by 20 points to 6.
Time to get up now. time to get up, time to get up now.
Welcome back to the Stade Ernest Argelès in Toulouse. Stuart Pike and Brian Noble bringing you an enthralling match so far. The Wolfpack lead the championship leaders Toulouse by 20 points to 6. In many ways a complete performance, Brian Noble.
Yeah, there's been some good touches of football as well. There's been the tough stuff, there's been the control stuff, kick the ball out. Second game in 4 days, manage it. Discipline's been good, error rate been low, as opposed to Toulouse, who have 4 or 5 penalties and dropped the ball on a couple of occasions. I think both sides being given opportunities in relation to when the skill hasn't been quite right. But yeah, I think game management wise, Coach Roll will be really pleased.
Well, it all started an arm wrestle for the first 15 minutes or so, but Toronto striking first through Johnny Pownell.
Well, it's Ryan Briley that gets that, you know, Worthington going in at the line and Whiting, and so the left edge of the Toulouse defence trying to come in and stop the play, and it takes a certain kind of vision to get that ball out to Pownell.
And they capitalised, didn't they, on a mistake made by Toulouse, and Rawsthorne is away, and Kay, the finisher, 10 tries this season now for Liam Kay.
Well, he gets that close to the line, he isn't going to be stopped, is he? Marcon was trying his best there to run, first of all, Rawsthorne down, and then he ain't going to get to Liam Kay. So on the back of a drop ball there from Toulouse attacking.
Well, this is the first real Toulouse attack. Ford involved, and the happy it was with the offload, and Curran with the try.
Yeah, you know, they were disappointed from the scrum. Try from the scrum, the Wolfpack, but you have to say full play to Epi in at the line here.
These are the crucial moments. Last 5 minutes of the half. Brilliant bit of individual skill from Nick Rawsthorne, putting the Wolfpack in total control.
Well, it's the lead-up play as well. Sims, Wallace and QLT go at line, attracting blue defenders, and it gives a one-on-one opportunity for Nick Rawsthorne, albeit the cover defence coming across.
And Andy Ackers.
And there's Ackers on his own. Yeah, there you go. And that's weight of pressure.
Half.
Bearing in mind that had to defend quite a lot in this first half to lose. And it's smart play. You know, the opportunities will come when you take juice out of the opposition in these circumstances.
Well, 2 tries in the last 5 minutes of the half. The big difference. Toulouse, 4 out of 4 so far here at home this season, averaging nearly 50 points a game. So that just gives you a flavour of how well the Wolfpack have been formed. I said possibly the best 40 minutes of rugby league that Toronto have produced this season. What do you reckon?
Oh, no, I think there have been some bits that have been better, but I think what we'd say over a 40-minute period is probably the complete performance. You know, it's been disciplined, it's been methodical, it's also had its element of skill that's needed to score the tries, and it's created pressure. You know, it's built pressure. Sometimes when you're playing top teams and good teams, you have to take the juice out of them, and you know, I think at one point they were forced back-to-back sets for the Toulouse team to defend, and they couldn't, and nobody can. It's too hard, especially over, you know, they've had an element of travel as well. Remember Toulouse, who were in London on Friday with a good win over there. Clearly they came back, and you know, it's a test of every facet of your club, really. And you know, Toulouse will be disappointed with some of the ball they dropped and the discipline that they haven't had, but that's full credit to the Wolfpack.
Is there any way back for Toulouse, or are Toronto heading to the top of the championship at Easter? The second half is coming up live.
Time to get up now. Time to get up
welcome back to Toulouse. Half-time between the Wolfpack and Toulouse Olympique. 20 points to 6, and for coach Paul Rowley, he will be absolutely delighted. It was 10 points to 6 moving into the last 5 minutes of that first half, but 2 big tries for the Wolfpack. Toulouse just couldn't defend 4 consecutive sets after they had to drop out. They were forced to drop out 3 times on the spin. Is there any way back for Toulouse, Brian Noble?
Yeah, if the Wolfpack reduce their concentration levels, absolutely there's a way back. They've scored, what is it, 50 points a game they score here? So they'll be wanting to go into those flurries, and you've got to be aware of that. Clearly, the Wolfpack are capable of scoring again, so the start of this second half is important for both teams.
What have the home side got to do?
Simply get to the right parts of the field. They've looked threatening when they've been there, but they've only been there, what, twice. They scored once and then threw a forward pass on the second occasion. So that's about your game management. That's about understanding where you be, and you might only get 3 or 4 opportunities. You've got to take every one of those as well. It's been on the back of, I have to say, on the back of the Wolfpack, it's been on the back of doing the simple stuff.
Well, the Wolfpack out early for the start of this second half, and sure that Paul Rowley, the coach, will just been saying, keep going, lads, keep going. It has been a really impressive performance. I guess we're going to see what Toulouse Olympique are made of in the second half. As Brian said, we've not really had a chance to see them with ball in hand. On the occasion that we did, they scored a great try, superb offload, great support, training ground move, but they just haven't had the ball in a dangerous position enough to threaten the Toronto Wolfpack. So there we have it, 20 points to 6, and Toronto, as it stands, are heading to the top of the championship.
Job half done.
So Caroline to get us underway at the start of the second half. Taken by Liam Kay. Yeah, as the last 5 minutes of the first half proved absolutely crucial with those 2 Wolfpack tries. I guess the first 5 or 10 minutes of this second half will too. You just get the feeling that if the Wolfpack score first, there would be no way back for Toulouse. But if the home side can get a try on the board, it would be game on. Let's see. Decent opening set to the half. Ackers, who scored that big try, Ashton Sims over halfway. Look surely for Ryan Briley. Briley with the kick downfield and just slowing things up again. And well, one of the things that Paul Rowley, the coach, I'm sure will have said at half-time is no mistakes, good, solid opening set, and that's exactly what the Wolfpack have delivered.
Yeah, and it's important they don't lapse into a concentration. That's all they've got to do. They've got to be aware of Toulouse will have special plays, short kicks, offloads. They're going to be a bit more expansive this second half, so that's the concentration element I'm talking about.
Well, Toulouse produced their best performance of the season on Good Friday with that thumping win in London against the Broncos. They've not been able to back it up here. They have it all to do in the second half. Crewash, he's on as a replacement hooker. Here is Eddie Pettiborn, who had that short spell, didn't he? Just 18 games he played for Wigan before being asked for a release to go back to Australia. Here he is back in Europe playing for Toulouse. Crewash finds Robin, and that's a great pass there by Caroline. What an important ankle tap that is. I think it was Ackers, wasn't it, on the far side? Brilliant ankle tap.
It was through, wasn't he?
Yeah.
There's Ford, where he wants to be.
Long
Here
pass out there. Well, is that a good kick or not? Pownell does well. Gets the ball back for QLT, but there's no way. The kick forward from Bastien Adair. But for that ankle tap, I reckon that Toulouse...
He was gone, wasn't he?
Could have been in.
There you go, he's away. Wallace it was, thought it was.
What a fantastic
Wallace,
ankle tap.
the ankle tap.
Crucial because Planas would have been away and Marcon would have had a stroll in. That actually was, without a shadow of a doubt, was a try-saver.
Definitely. Well, here a bit. First back-to-back set for this Toulouse team.
Well, we've seen in the opening stages of this second half exactly what Toulouse are capable of. Carella, here is Tyler Heppy, who will win a penalty. Elbow.
Was it
against Sidlow? Or was it against
shoulder
Sims?
charge, I think he's saying. The referee.
Let's have a look. Jack Smith.
There they go.
Here's Heppy.
Here's Heppy on the fly. I'm sure it's a shoulder charge, a bit chesty, wasn't it? But irrespective, the referee decides it was.
Another penalty. Back-to-back penalties, back-to-back sets, and now it's a third consecutive set. Ashton Sims, the guilty man. Here is Petitborn. We're saying about not giving Toulouse the opportunity to get back into this game. Well, they have that opportunity here. Here's Ford. Carella nearly through, and that was a crucial tackle by Ryan Briley, who just tapped the ankle there of Carella. Here is Ford again. Heppy charges for the line for Toulouse. Important moments. We said, didn't we? First score of the second half is going to be vital. Kriwash.
Knock on.
Knock on. Knock on by the youngster at the play the ball. Well, Toronto absolutely thrilled. That was a fantastic opportunity for Toulouse to put points on the board.
Let's have a look.
It was Heppy, and then it was just a little knock on, wasn't it, by Mourad Kriwash,
Kriwash.
the French international.
He had a juggle, didn't he? He had a nibble at it with his fingers, and the referee picked it up. Letting the Wolfpack off the hook there.
8 years a Toulouse player, Mourad Kriwash. Toulouse had the tails up, didn't they?
Certainly did.
First of all, the ankle tap from Blake Wallace to stop a certain try, and then the ankle tap from Ryan Briley to stop Carella, the fullback, as he was steaming through. The sun coming out, the temperatures increasing, no doubt they will on the field as well.
Well, raising the game a bit here, Toulouse, on the back of a vociferous crowd.
We know that back in the UK, the weather is awful, to say the least. To make you feel a little better, it's over 60 degrees here in Toulouse. Here comes QLT for the Wolfpack.
Well, they were aware of that then. They got back up to speed of Toulouse.
Whiting with a kick downfield. That was well read by Carella. Straight across to take that. Whiting was actually aiming for a 40-20.
He was inside the 40. Chased his own kick.
20 points to 6. The Wolfpack in front. Here's Marcon, the winger, who was denied a try by the officials, ruling a forward pass on the stroke of half-time. That was a big moment as well.
Well, Coach Ules has clearly got into him. They're wriggling around at the play of the ball. They're trying to find some speed. They've upped their game.
So Van Hoels, the coach here of Toulouse Olympique, a very good player in his time, played in the Super League a bit. Huddersfield and Wakefield, the coach. Oh, great ball there! Chance for try in the corner. The winger goes over, does he?
Being held up, magnificent
Defence. It looked a certain
magnificent defence from the Wolfpack. He was in every day of the week, wasn't he?
Morel not score there? How on earth did Toulouse
He doesn't know
not score?
himself. Well, this is desire and this is effort. Ford opens him up with Carella. Carella finds the big play to the winger. Get low, get low. He's held up by Ryan Briley, and there goes Worthington. And
fatal hesitation.
Wow.
Fatal hesitation. He got
Brilliant
the ball, he was on the steam, and he just hesitated, Morel. He just hesitated, and it was fatal. So Toulouse have had 3 really good chances in the first 5 or 6 minutes of this second half. Toronto have kept them out. That was magnificent defence.
Certainly was.
But we're seeing what Toulouse can do.
Well, they've upped the game, you can see that. And they were always going up the game, why wouldn't you?
Well, I'm not sure how he didn't score.
Well, Ryan Briley had a lot to do with that.
You know, in the past, a lot's been made about Ryan Briley defensively not being the best. He's been outstanding defensively the last 3 games, certainly that you and I have watched.
Yeah, he was great against Featherstone. Got involved, his running game came to the fore.
Emmett for the Wolfpack. First real foray into Toulouse territory in this second half. And again, the head of experience and the boot of experience from Ryan Briley.
Big play in his own half previously. We talk about offensive plays, but you have to give the Wolfpack credit there. Worthington and Briley. And
on top of that, what does it do to Toulouse as well? You just saw a lot of heads drop. You know, the winger was shaking his head, wondering how he didn't manage to score, but he just hesitated, didn't
Johnny
he?
Pownell played his part there, and that's what's caused.
Pownell, Worthington and Briley saving the day for the Wolfpack without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, but as well as the winger not believing how he didn't score, some of his teammates, you can see their shoulders drop in disappointment. They have the game, they have the skills to score tries and score tries quickly to lose. Ball out of the back door, play on, says the referee. Robin gets it away. Here is Con Mika for Toulouse. Certainly the home side are gambling a lot more with ball in hand, and Jonathan Ford is on the ball there. He's coming into it a lot more. The home side claiming Sidlow was lying on in the tackle. Pettibone now for Toulouse.
Looking for an opportunity to offload here, the Toulouse team.
Ball back for Ford again. Little delayed pass for Rhys Curran, a Toulouse try scorer, the only Toulouse try scorer. Robin with the high kick. That's a real tester for QLT. Up he goes. Brilliant take.
Great catch. Bit of pressure on Robin from the kick.
K does really well. Gets the offload. Now the tap.
Rawsthorne. Oh, great ankle tap.
Carella with the ankle tap to stop Rawsthorne going away. Some great rugby from both sides in this second half. Liam Kay, he's brought down. QLT now. You just feel another Wolfpack try, and that would be it. The heads would drop for Toulouse. Let's see. What an important tackle from Carella on Rawsthorne. This is the last one. This is the last one. McCrone's on. Briley with the kick through. Is there too much on that? Well, the ball will go dead. Just it was shadowed behind his own line by Carella.
Did that go dead? That'll be my question.
Well, the ref was on the
end-to-end stuff, isn't it, this second half? Wow, both teams.
Fantastic
Ankle
watch.
taps and try-savers and desperation, both teams.
We haven't had a point yet. It carries on like this, we will.
Drop the ball, play one.
Buchanan.
Burrell, oh no. Giving it away.
Well, smart play from the Wolfpack. And now can they capitalise? Rawsthorne on the far side will stretch over and score. Vic Rawsthorne gets his second try for Toronto. The error from Toulouse coming away from their own line. And is that Rawsthorne try the beginning of the end for Toulouse Olympique? And is it the try that will confirm the Wolfpack hit the top of the championship?
Brilliant score from Nick Rawsthorne. He's whiting out, maybe Adam Sidlow that picks up the spoils from the loose ball in the corner from Toulouse. Here's the winger, Morel, trying to get the ball away, and Buchanan forces the error, takes it back as well, so that's play on. Well done, Jack Buchanan. Sets up the position. McCrone sees the short side. So does Wallace, and then it's a one-on-one for Nick Rawsthorne. He just puts the afterburners and slams it down. Well played, the Wolfpack.
Well, disappointment for Sylvain Houls, the Toulouse coach. The winger, Paul Marcon, had a try ruled out for a forward pass at the end of the first half. It was an important decision. Coach Paul Rowley of the Toronto Wolfpack is seeing arguably the Wolfpack produce their best performance of the season so far, and as it stands, it's going to be enough to take them top of the championship table. 2 tries for Nick Rawsthorne. who looks a class act, has all season, Rawsthorne. They missed the last couple after suffering a burst eardrum in the defeat at London 3 weeks ago. Briley then off the touchline to extend the lead even further. Beauty! Oh, it just went to the left. I thought it was going over, and I think it just faded to the left of the post. Briley, I think, thought it was over. But I know for certain Rawsthorne went over.
Just ran all over that dam. Well done, Nick Rawsthorne.
As it stands at the moment, Brian Noble has to decide who the man of the match is in about 20-25 minutes time. He thinks it'll be a tough choice. The Wolfpack lead here by 24 points to 6. Buchanan, who played a big part in that crucial try.
Yeah, all the big blokes have played a crucial part. Bussy back on the field now.
Have a look there at Josh McCrone with his thigh heavily strapped. That's the reason he was only on the bench. Took a bang to the leg. It's a bit of a dead leg at Featherstone on Friday, but McCrone here trying to control things from centre field. Lovely little kick over the top of Corella, who has to turn and pick it up virtually on his own try line. Does well, the Australian.
She is a good player.
Now an opportunity for Morel and the far side of the field. Trying to play with some vim and vigour now.
They're speeding the game up to lose. They have to.
Well,
and in 3 scores.
They've got to gamble. They're going to win a penalty as well. Ford winning the penalty. Rawsthorne the guilty man. 5 penalties apiece, but the important stat is that Toronto lead by 24 points to 6. Well, we'll see what Toulouse are made of here. They very much, I know, talking to 1 or 2 of the Toulouse officials before the game, they were desperate to put down a huge marker here and show their pedigree and what they're capable of. So far it hasn't worked out. They might here run down this near side for Adair. Adair goes behind Curran, still going. You feel if they've got any chance of getting back in this game, they have to score now. Kriwash stopped a couple of metres away from the try line. Ford will try and wave his magic wand and they win a penalty. Not standing square. The QLT may be involved there with McCrone. So this is an opportunity you feel Toulouse have to take. Can they? We're going to find out. Happy involved. Kriwash at dummy half now. Here is Robert. That's a good pass there, looking out for Rapira. Can he stretch over?
Mika, wasn't it?
Just on the try line. Yeah, it was Mika. Kriwash, now's a chance for the big prop. The prop will score. That's a terrific try from Clement Boyer. 23-year-old prop has got Toulouse back in it. There was an opportunity really from nowhere. The gap opened up. And Boyer stopped for a little while, saw the gap, and took advantage. So perhaps it isn't game over.
It was good footwork from Boyer, wasn't it? He took off, got himself. Bussy trying to solve the problem, gets on the outside of McCrone as well as Boyer, and then it's too hard for the Toronto defence to scramble. Here's the play, here's Boyer, going to get his opportunity. Outside on his right foot, and foot speed gets him there, well finished.
A sidestepped in for Richard Whiting, didn't it? Well, the kick should be fairly routine for Mark Corella. And that would mean it would again be a 12-point ball game. 24 points to 6. It looked like the Wolfpack were on their way to winning it. But now, only just, it's 24 points to 12.
Well, I reckon Toulouse will pop the cork now. We've seen signs of it in this second half about playing really expansive. They go on the line here. Goya just gets on the outside of Richard White in there and finishes the play.
Game on.
Always game on here.
With a little over an hour or so to go, and approaching the hour mark, I should say, a little over 20 minutes to go. And 12 points in it. First against second in the south of France. Ford takes the kick-off. Will run it out himself. Jonathan Ford played for the Roosters in the NRL. Player of the year last year, Ford, for Toulouse Olympique. Curran.
Yeah. They're doing the tough stuff now, Toulouse.
Pettibone. Didn't work out for him at Wigan in the Super League, did it?
Certainly didn't.
Happy. They play over halfway. Hopkins and Buchanan with the tackle for the Wolfpack. Robin puts the kick downfield, the chase on from QLT. It's a good kick. Has
Great
to take
kick.
it behind his own try line.
They have to ruck the ball out of their own half now, this Wolfpack team. Great pressure kick from Robin.
These are the tough minutes, aren't they, for Toronto?
They're all tough. You've got to be smart as well.
Powell coming in off his wings to give his forwards a little rest. And Liam Kay does as well. And he did well there. He brushed Bentley off Kay and made a good 10 or 15 metres. On the last, just shy of halfway. Kick downfield.
Well, there's a sideline kick. That's a smart play. Wallace with the kick. Finds a sideline. Great carries from Pownell. Kay getting out of their own half. And here's the sideliner from Blake Wallace, which takes a little bit of a leg turn.
You can see also here, Brian, that the Toulouse forwards are not exactly hurrying to get back to form this
Well, I think
scrum.
both teams are the same, Stuart. I think that's not a reflection of what Toulouse are doing and what Toronto are doing. It's a reflection on 2 games in 3 days. You've got to manage your energy, you've got to up energy at certain times, then down energy others when you walk to the scrum, and understand there's some big moments in this game still to come.
I can speculate that 2 games in 4 days may take its toll and come into play in the last 20 minutes. Let's see if it does. 20 minutes to go here in Toulouse. Play on, says the referee. So Ford does. Here is Bastien Adair. 24 points to 12. Toronto in front. Try scorer. Oh yeah, up to halfway for the French side. Crewash and Ford inside for Reece Curran again. Already, it is the last. Well, they're taking a gamble here. Robin's through. He's got support if he needs it. Does he need it? Puts a little kick through and it's picked up by Wallace. Well,
It was gone. Wallace was Johnny on the spot, wasn't he?
I'm not sure that Robin there chose the right option. He wasn't. I think he was caught in 2 minds whether to pass or kick. But Wallace read it brilliantly. Another try saver from Blake Wallace. And we've
Definitely.
seen 2 in this second half, Brian.
Kay's doing his fair share of work here in this second half. He did 2 try savers.
And Briley just relieving the pressure and the tension with the kick downfield. Grasped by Marquand for Toulouse. Well, here it is.
Robin's
made the
gone.
break.
He's gone. Should have kept going. Should have kept going. Wow, Wallace in the right place at the right time.
Wrong option. Well done, Blake Wallace. And again, another example of what Toulouse are capable of with ball in hand. 18 minutes to go. Toulouse still believing they can get something out of this game. It's well played by Krewash, out of the back door. Robin, long pass out here for Adair. Adair, a bit of French flair from Adair into the Wolfpack 20. Curran at dummy half. Here is Ford.
Trying everything out of this Toulouse team, building the pressure, building the pressure.
Planas for Marquand. And the winger is stopped. Again, this is the last tackle. 12-point ball game here in Toulouse. Robin, well, that is an awful kick. That is an awful
poor finish
kick.
to the set.
I don't think anybody could quite believe what they saw there, let alone Richard Whiting. He just grasped it gratefully to his chest, and the Wolfpack will have a tap on their own 20. It was Carolay, wasn't it? It
let
was
all
worst.
the pressure off, didn't it?
Yeah, the worst kick.
Brilliant to get back into this game. Toulouse always going to have their say. Nick Rawsthorne struggling with an ankle. Aim up, mate, aim up, get yourself out there. Teams in blue and team in red are on their last bits of juice out there, try and get a result here.
Any more injuries for the Wolfpack? Brian Noble might be donning his boots again, but maybe not.
Would never be that bad.
Ashton Sims up to halfway. 17 minutes to go. Worthington. Good run from dummy half.
Well, they haven't missed each other, these two sets of forwards, have they?
I'm just wondering if they might be thinking of setting up for a drop goal of that forward. The referee says no, play on. It was picked up by Powell. This is the last 12-point ball game. Well, in the end, the kick downfield from Worthington. I thought for a moment they may set up for a drop goal to make it a 13-pointer and mean that Toulouse, of course, would have to score 3 times.
Well, this is the part of game, Stuart, for our viewers at home and watching this game. It's when your head becomes scrambled. You might not make the right decision. You know, the game 2 days ago, it's really challenging. I have to say both teams are putting everything into this, aren't they?
Terrific game of rugby league at the top of the championship, both at the top of their game. Victory for the Wolfpack would see them go on to 15 points, a point clear of Toulouse at the top. Of course, the first home match for the Wolfpack, the 5th of May at Lamport against Swinton. Still a bit of time between now and then, and a few games between now and then, but I wonder if the Wolfpack will go back to Canada top of the pile. Oh, that's well taken. Krewash with a pass, but Curran took that really well.
He had to.
Robin. Carella, that wasn't the best of passes, but it's picked up on the bounce by Marquand. He's got pace to burn, Marquand, but he's got support on the inside from Carella. Carella finds Robin. Robin will score for Toulouse. This isn't over yet. A touch of fortune at the start of the play, but Carella, Marquand, Carella and Robin up the home side are right back in it. There's still 15 minutes to go. And it's 24 points to 16. The kick to come, and we are going to be in for a fabulous, frenetic, thrilling finale.
They got Porter with a bounce ball to Morel, and he's down the sideline. There's Carella on his inside kick, can't quite get back to stop the play. Carella finishes the play to Robin under the sticks. Here's the pass from Carella. Not the best, but the bounce pass does everybody. Rawsthorne can't get to Morel. He finds Carella back on the inside, and Robin there to finish the play.
Marquand, the winger there, making up for his mistake, which led to Nick Rawsthorne's try in this second half when he lost the ball. Well, 24 points to 6. We thought that it was just about done as far as the Wolfpack are concerned. But 2 tries in the space of 10 minutes. And it's now 24 points to 18, Brian Noble.
Yeah, Fabrice should mark on, but here's the pass. Robin out the back to Carella, who just throws it on the floor. Tries to kick it. Morel's on the way on the inside. He's got Carella in support. Robin there to finish the play off. Well played.
We do have a game on.
Both teams have shown their prowess now, haven't they? The locals have come to life. The energy's here. The noise is here. Best believe this French team are going to go all guns are blazing now, Stuart.
Points between them. P1 against P2 in the championship. Crewash from dummy half. Sims and Hopkins making the tackle, but he does well. Here is Robin. He will go from dummy half as well. The home side claiming that Hopkins wasn't standing square at marker. It's a good tackle by the big prop. But Toulouse building up a head of steam here. On the last it is again. Crewash finds Ford. Ford, little chip over the top, but it wasn't the best option. Bussey read it well for the Wolfpack, and Bussey brings the ball out.
Bussey did read it well. Ford playing for his short kick for himself. Wolfpack aware of that. He's been carried the ball sometimes today as Liam Kay.
What a finish. Oof. Big tackle there. Now we're going to be looking at drop goal territory, that's for sure. Is it a bit too far out? I think it probably is. It is, which is why they go to Wallace, who takes the safe option and puts the ball out. There'll be a scrum down now. Toulouse are hurrying to form the scrum and to stop the clock. Just to remind you, that the clock you see on the screen isn't the actual time. That clock doesn't stop when the referee stops time. I reckon there's about 11 and a half minutes, maybe 12 minutes to go in this game. And much for coach Paul Rowley to think about here. 24 points to 6, the Wolfpack led this game. The tries from Boyer and Robin. Toulouse are right back in business. What a finish we're going to have.
Yeah.
The run from the pier, and now they're over halfway already with Bentley and Bussey getting all tangled up, and Crewash and Robin.
Wow, there's some big shots. This is a good game of rugby league, sir.
Superb. Crewash to go from dummy half, trying to find a way through, but it is the last tackle. Just outside the Wolfpack 20, Ford with a long pass to Adair. That's a brilliant pass. Adair with a dummy, gets it out the back door. And jolly on the spot was Greg Worthington from Toronto. They were so close to being over there. It was Ford, the dangerous Ford, with the pass. Adair was so close. Worthington grasping the loose ball gratefully to his chest.
Well, there's some sinews on threads here.
Well, desperate defence for Toronto. But you just feel now that every time Toulouse, ball in hand, they look very dangerous. Well, this is the last. Emmett only just heard that, and it's down to Whiting to launch the kick downfield. Fantastic kick from Whiting. He wasn't expecting it. He wasn't expecting the
chase
ball.
Team together here.
Carella now for Toulouse. 10 minutes to go, I reckon, on the clock in the stadium. But here we go.
Wow. Well done, Greg Worthington. He'd done the business, Adele, hadn't he? Got near the line.
Here is Planas, the long-serving Sebastian Planas, the captain, a one-club man, Sebastian Planas spent all his career here at Toulouse. Desperate defending now for Toronto, all right. Robin finds the dangerous Ford. Oh, first real mistake that Jonathan Ford has made in this match. Yeah, it could be a crucial error as well. He was looking for Corella. Corella, I think, may well have overrun the ball. But it was a dare.
Didn't find him, did he?
Yeah.
He got caught between the two stools there, I think.
Not sure whether to find Adair or Corella. It went right down the middle, ball in touch. Well, stoppage in play. This gives us a chance all to draw breath. The stadium clock says 9 minutes to go. Sylvain Houls, the Toulouse Olympic coach, will still believe he can mastermind a comeback from 24 points to 6 down. It's been really entertaining. There's Paul Rowley. Toronto led 20 points to 6 at half-time. In fact, they scored 3 tries in about 12 minutes either side of half-time. 2 for Rawsthorne and 1 for Ackers, and at 24 points to 6, it really did look like game over. But this prolific Toulouse scoring machine has found a way back into it. 6 points between the two sides. That's disappointing. Macron, who came into the match with a dead leg anyway. The Wolfpack captain is off the field. Is that another injury? Scrum down, midway inside the Wolfpack half. Rally Maitua on the field as a replacement for Macron. I don't think I have any complaints about that whatsoever.
No, I think Ackers was on the field for Macron. Matua's been on the field for a while.
Lying on in the tackle. It was Canet again for the Wolfpack. Couldn't have any complaints at all. Stadium clock says there's about 8 minutes to go.
Far from over this one, Stu.
Is this
Decent bit of field position here for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, is this the drop goal attempt to make it a 7-point ball game? Are they playing for the drop goal? Briley, though, good short pass for Whiting. We've hardly had a sniff of the Toulouse line in the second half. The try they scored came off an error. Sims on the last. Now they'll surely set up for the 1 point. Ackers is there. Briley's set. Here is Ryan Briley looking for the drop goal, which could make the difference. And Ryan Briley squeezes to the left of the post. Well, there was terrific pressure there on the kick from Briley.
Well, he thinks he got it.
Well, he does. The referee was right behind. Briley reckons that went over.
Have a look. Hard for us to see from here. Referee's in decent position.
So it stays 24 points to 18. The referee was right behind the post, wasn't he? Krios with the play the ball. Ford to Adair, who's looked dangerous in this second half.
He has, hasn't he? Their go-to guide forward to this left-hand side, trying to release people. 2 more players in this set.
Rapira.
3 more players in this set.
With a short pass. 6.5 minutes, the stadium clock says, remaining in this match. Ford with a little kick through, and QLT took a little deflection, had to be.
They did well there.
Yeah,
QLT.
right on his metal, read it well.
Soggy pitch down in that bottom corner, hard to find your footing. Good carry. Hopkins? No, Greg Worthington.
Worthington, 6 minutes to go. Liam Kay, Rapira and Curran with the tackle. Powell, Saints giving his forwards a bit of a break. Here is Briley. Kick downfield, taken eventually by Corella. What can Toulouse fashion? Well, they're claiming a knock on there. Ryan Briley having a look at the referee. Play on.
Tense now, isn't it? 5 minutes to go, tense on the clock, tense on the scoreboard. Toulouse trying to get behind the ball to find themselves one more crack at this Wolfpack D.
Clock on your screen doesn't stop at all in match play. The stadium clock tells us there's 5 minutes left. Robert. Rapira on the charge. Good tackle. Really good tackle.
It's make or break now, I feel, for Toulouse. This will be the play out the back to Ford. We'll try and find something.
Robert. Here is Ford. Ford now. Chance for the winger. Now it'll be a try. Morel scores. They are right back in it. It was the play. Ford and Robert and Adair involved. There was 4 minutes to go. Tony Morel has scored. And Toulouse will have the kick to make it 24 all. Wow, what a game.
Big kick, here's the play. Curran with the offload again, Ford with the offload, Adele with the offload, Tony Morel in the corner. You have to give full credit to the Toulouse team. There's the offload, couldn't stop it. And good hands, you have to say, to finish the play. Well, they're not going to die wondering this team in blue, are they?
Fabulous entertainment. A really difficult kick here off the touchline virtually for Mark Corella. Ref stops the clock. The stadium clock says 76 minutes, 21 seconds. So although we're on the clock on the screen approaching 80 minutes, there's still 3.5 minutes to go. Can Toulouse come from 24.6 to make it 24 all? And it goes, he's pushed it wide, huge signs of relief from the Wolfpack, who will take every precious second in coming back to take this kick-off. 3 minutes to go, and Toronto lead by 2.
All the excitement we expected we've got, haven't we, Stuart? Two terrific teams.
Well, a lot of players to choose from, Brian Noble. And who is your Easter Monday man of the match?
Oh, with 3 minutes to go, it might be. Whoever decides to rock up here, both teams have produced sensational efforts. I have to say that Ford's been very instrumental for this Toulouse team, as Corella has been very instrumental in everything. They've come on spark of that. Curran with his offloads. And you look at the Wolfpack, Ryan Briley's had a terrific game controlling it, and so too Liam Kay in the backfield with his amount of carries that he's had.
Tough choice, isn't it? We'll let you muse on it for another 90 seconds, because you say anything could happen.
Well, they're going to throw the ball around here, Toulouse.
3 minutes to go. A 2-point ball game. Toulouse have thrown everything at the Wolfpack in this second half, and they will continue to do so. Curran tries to bring the ball away. Discipline will be the key as well. The message will come down, I'm sure, for the Toronto players. Don't give away.
You best believe on a last play here from Ford or Robin, they've got a chip kick, they've got a short kick.
Either. No silly penalties.
Definitely.
Robin with the dummy. Well, gets the ball off to Greenwash. They will gamble. Here's Ford now. Ford, Corella, Ford. Marcon going for the corner. Oh, brilliant tackle. What a tackle on the far side. It was Kay who brought it down. Long pass out as Liam Kay just saved the Wolfpack there with that tackle on Marcon. Here is Ford now. Ford gets the ball out to Morel, and it goes away. Well,
I just made my man of the match, Liam Kay.
Liam Kay could be the man of the match, because that could well have won the game for the Wolfpack. What a play from Toulouse. What a break from Marcon. But what a tackle from Liam Kay.
What's this? He's gone. He can't get there. He can't get there. Marcon can't get there. Wow, what a tackle. Games are won and lost on that. Has that just won the game for the Wolfpack?
Well, Liam Kay got a try in the first half.
It's not over yet, this. There's still 2 minutes to go here, Stu.
Well, the stadium clock says 1 minute and 40 seconds.
That's nearer 2 minutes than it is one.
Liam Kay is Brian Noble's man of the match for one moment of absolute brilliance. Richard Whiting is down injured. The clock is still stopped.
He's had a good game as well as Kay.
Yeah.
He's carried the ball plenty. He's made breaks. He's scored a try.
Well, Marcon thought he was over. He was a yard away from winning the match for Toulouse from 24 points to 6 down until the intervention from Liam Kay. And that one magical moment from the Wolfpack winger has surely saved Toronto, and we'll see Toronto top of the table. Will Toulouse get another shot with ball in hand? Stadium clock says we have 1 minute and 25 seconds to go. Sidlow, the Wolfpack will waste every precious second they can. You'll see slow play the balls. You'll see at one-up rugby. Pownell in off the wing. 1 minute, 5 seconds to go according to the stadium clock. Ashton Sims, nothing fancy. Last tackle. Surely Briley will drill this into touch and try and waste precious seconds, and he does. Toulouse will rush now to form the scrum. The stadium clock says 79 minutes and 14 seconds. The clock is stopped. Toulouse will have one last hurrah.
One full set.
Drama.
Oh, I haven't been entertained today.
Wow. Well. What a game. First against second. It's lived up to all the hype. It's lived up to everybody's expectation. Is it going to be Canada's day in France? This is it. Is there a miracle for Toulouse in the closing stages? 79 and 20, the clock says in the stadium. Here is Bentley. Quick defence. Emmett is there, and so is Sims. Bentley plays the ball. 79-35. The clock is ticking. It's going to come down to one Hail Mary play, I feel. 79-42. 3-4. Crewash now. Bentley. 79-51. 2-3. This is it. This is the last play of the match. It's going to come down to this. Robert finds QR, and it's picked up there by Bussey, and that's it. A famous win for the Toronto Wolfpack. What a dramatic, fantastic, entertaining, fabulous 80 minutes. But the Wolfpack hang on to win by 24 points to 22, and Toronto have beaten Toulouse. Toulouse beaten at home for the first time this season, and Toronto hit the top of the championship.
And it took a very, very special effort from the Wolfpack team, because Toulouse were magnificent today. Played their part in a hugely entertaining game. Excitement end to end. Tackles here, try savers there. Unbelievable.
Well, we will be back with all the reaction from this dramatic game in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Toronto